him all the best in his next chapter. Please join me in thanking Dean Sullenberger for his many contributions as well. I'm now honored to introduce our featured speaker. Taylor Hanson is a musician, songwriter, producer, and entrepreneur who has found success far and wide, but he's kept one foot planted here in his native Tulsa. Taylor and his brothers Zach and Isaac are well known as the pop rock trio Hanson, which celebrated its 25th anniversary last year with a world tour. Hanson's work has sold more than 16 million records and garnered multiple Grammy nominations. The band's last 4 studio albums were released on their own label, 3CG, for which Taylor is CEO and co-founder. But there is much more. Taylor, Zach, and Isaac are making Tulsa cool. They provide a new energy, a vibe that is helping Tulsa become the great city it can be. They are creative, caring, connected, and evolving. Taylor takes a lead role in producing the Hop Jam Festival here in Tulsa, which has become one of our community's annual signature events. He also oversees the Hanson's Brothers Beer Company. More recently, he founded a new initiative called Food on the Move, which is enlisting partners around the important issue of food deserts here in Tulsa. He has great passion for young people staying in Tulsa. Our speaker is a tremendous example of finding your calling, developing your talents, building community, and staying true to your roots. We are honored to hear his message today. Please join me in welcoming Taylor Hanson.
Thank you. What a great intro. I really don't want to speak now. One lesson that I'm going to add quickly that was not planned was make sure what you do is something you're proud of hearing 20 years later. As it turns out, I am very proud. Thank you, Dr. Clancy, for that gracious intro. Thank you to you for allowing me to have this honor. I am so honored to be here. I'm so excited to help you celebrate this momentous occasion, and let me be among the first to say congratulations. You can make noise. What you have done is worthy of the recognition you are about to receive. You are worthy of that recognition. Though my background is as an entertainer and I've traveled the world, been able to see some remarkable stardom, the person standing here today is just a Tulsa boy. I was born on a snowy March morning at Hillcrest Hospital, stomped through many creek beds in the west side, skinned my knees on soccer fields near Riverside, and we watched through the car window driving by this campus at 10 years old, and I wondered what could be so amazing that could have built such a beautiful place like this school. So, regardless of any accomplishment, that Tulsa boy is standing here today, and I am so honored to be able to address you on this day. Now, I want to share a few things right away that I think will help to ensure the success of this address. Firstly, I want to assure you all, I plan to make this as short as possible. Right, come on. Second of all, at the end of this speech, everybody gets a new car, all right? No, sorry, it worked for Oprah, sorry, it didn't work for me. I can't back that one up. No, but really, the humble goal for this speech is I want to talk with you about a few points. Very humble, the idea that you truly can change the course of human history. No big deal, right? So there will be all kinds of days. There'll be days for weeping, days for reflecting, days for thinking of the loved ones we've lost, earnest contemplation days. But this is a day for celebration. This is a day where you are a graduate. I can't say that. You might want your money back because I don't have that degree. Somehow they recruited me. It is a day of celebration. It is a day to ring the bell. It is a day for looking to the future, truly. On this day, you can see clearly the fruits of your labor. You can see the sounds of affirmation and exaltation around you. On this day, you can bask in the well-earned glory that is the accomplishment you've received, the privilege that has come. And the valuable insights that I might have in these following hours and hopefully years are ones that you may take with you as well. Pages. One lesson, memorize your speech. I spent most of my life pursuing a dream as an entertainer and an artist, and I have been able to see some extraordinary success, but if you want to achieve something, don't fear the work. On a morning like this, about 25 years ago, I was woken by the sound of my brothers going to swim practice on a warm spring Tulsa day. It was the fervent urgency of my mother saying, "Time to wake up." I wondered, why am I getting up, putting on a Speedo, jumping into a pool on a day which should be a summer celebration? In that moment, I realized, whether I realized it then or not, and she made it clear, if you want to achieve something, don't fear the work, that ache, that pain, that morning. The problem is I had no interest in achieving anything while in a Speedo. But it made the importance and the message that hard work is necessary that much more important. A few years later, after an extraordinary pursuit of making music with my two brothers and the group Hanson, which started in a garage and led us to a record deal and worldwide release, I was standing in a room waiting to perform in front of the President of the United States. Over those last few days before that moment, we had not hardly slept. I looked around at guys twice our age, our team. They were exhausted. Logistics had gone wrong. Pages had been misordered. And I thought in that moment, I do want to achieve standing in front of the President of the United States and singing tonight. Thankfully, no Speedos were involved. In that moment, I remembered a simple thought. Don't fear the work. In 1921, when this school took the name TU, after moving from Muskogee under the name Kendall College, it was just a simple patch of land, a new town on the verge of becoming a city with sophistication and qualities that would allow Tulsa to hold its head high. That was what drove this school to be founded, to have a great education institution. Like the spirit that drove the business leaders that built a bridge across that sandy river and said, we're going to make Tulsa the place for the oil and gas industries to find their way. That was the same spirit that drove a group of individuals to build something here. Those people were builders. These days, and for much of my life, you see the archetype of success become the corner office, the coveted climb up the ladder, right? We're going to climb up that ladder, one ring at a time. You know, if I can get that promotion, it'll come, the ladder, I'll climb to the next step, up and up the corporate chain until I achieve that position with that better salary, that more secure future. Here's the deal. There are many people who can climb ladders. There are very few that build them. You can choose to be a builder. Many people climb ladders, but few build ladders. When the founders of Tulsa University set out to establish this institution with the highest learning at its this rustic soil, they were not just climbing the next rung. They were building a ladder for the future, for you. They were building a path that you could follow. They were building a ladder for the future like the entrepreneurs that have innovated in technology and arts and sciences. The world needs more builders. 2 generations ago, my grandparents' generation was called the greatest generation. They fought a world war against fascism. Absolute evil was at our doorstep, and our nation changed the course of history with others. There was something in that group that history bestowed on them. This is the great generation. This is a great generation. I don't think it was simply that they won a war. They were the product of something that brought them together, and it created a sense of national character. Character is really, really important. Among that group, they had a common thread. They were more frugal. They were more dutiful. They were grateful for the luxuries they had because the ones that had come before them did not have those luxuries. Their parents had seen poverty in this country vividly, and they saw more opportunity. A common phrase at the memorial service of my grandparents, this great generation, you might have heard this, is he was a good man. She was a good woman. You don't hear that phrase enough, right? You don't hear that phrase today. For all the aspirations of my life and all the things I've been able to achieve, I can only hope that when it's all said and done, that someone would walk up on stage regarding my life and say, he was a good man. What is it to be a good man? Well, you decide right now, regardless of your path, you could make this decision. Whatever specific pursuit you take, you could pursue a life where a handshake was good enough, where trust among your peers was a hallmark of your dealings, where who you were was more important than simply what you achieved. Right? To say that is more important. He was a good man. She was a good woman. A humble idea that could actually change the world. Make it a goal that on your final words said about you, they would be able to say, he was a good man. She was a good woman. Okay, don't worry, we're getting close, all right? It's a big class, we have a lot of it. Don't fear the work because it's required to achieve anything that's great. Build ladders, don't just climb them, because the world needs builders. We need you. Tulsa needs you. We need builders. Be a good man. Be a good woman. Because the world needs to trust each other again. I need to trust that I can handshake, look you in the eye, and trust that I'm speaking with a good man or a good woman. Our world needs that. So as we wind to a close, I want to share with you a final theme. It brings us back to the talk today and a gracious introduction from President Clancy. Leading up to the occasion, I wanted to sit down. We spoke about, Dr. Clancy and I spoke about understanding the vision of TU, the future, the trajectory, because I wanted to be able to acknowledge and understand the goals of today's gathering and what the culture of TU is really about today. We talked about the incredible idea of 68 countries being represented here at TU. That's extraordinary. The faculties, the honors of academics that are here. And we talked about the idea of TU being an engine that connects Tulsa to the world. We also talked about encouraging you to stay. I cannot in good conscience tell you you should stay in Tulsa. Unfortunately. But this is what I can say to you. Great places are made by great people. Just like the early pioneers who ran to claim a plot of land and build a homestead, just like the group of business leaders that established a great school here, or the businessmen that led those companies to found and fuel the westward expansion of our country through the energy industry. They connected Tulsa to the world. They made Tulsa a place by choosing to make their story here and impact the world from here. So I invite you, as you have made Tulsa a part of your story and it has benefited from you, to consider being great here as a part of that story. And as though we have small trees, hot summers, cold winters, sandy rivers, with short trees comes a really, really big sky. Right? Somebody's like, what? Hold this. I'll show you a graph later. With short trees come a really big sky. The opportunity to cut a line in the horizon is in front of you. My incredible wife of 5 children, who I'm so glad are here today, and my folks and my Rebecca and my team, we talk about this idea because we have chosen Tulsa. We've chosen to be a part of it. We want to see it grow. We want to see you alongside us. We want to see excitement. We want to see new business. We want to see innovation. We want to see that horizon look different. But to make that happen, we need you. So don't fear the work, because it's required if you want to do anything great. Build ladders, don't just climb them. Just decide to be a good man, be a good woman, because the world needs to trust each other again. We desperately need that. Starting today, by all means, seek to achieve amazing things with the knowledge you've acquired here. Make the world a better place just by doing that. Put every sinew into your purpose. On the way, consider making Tulsa a continued part of your extraordinary future. Because with short trees does come a really big sky. And with all the aspirations aside, we're almost there, everybody. For all the challenges that you will see between here and that vision you have for your future. And I see it, there's so many. You all are going to change the world. It's unbelievable. Today is a day to celebrate. It is possible to cut a line against the horizon to build a new skyline. But take a breath and celebrate, because on this day you are a graduate. You have already made Tulsa and the world a better place. I'm so honored to be a part of today. Thank you. God bless everyone here today. And congratulations, the graduates of the class of 2018.